Joy. What is joy? Maybe joy is like a delicate and precious egg that could hatch at any time. An egg that makes its home in an odd place, considering how fragile it is. An egg that is nurtured and cared for by things like peace, hope, compassion, and justice. Its fragile beauty helps us to be in the world differently. Maybe joy is like a little egg, full of new surprises.
Hi, it's me again, and today is our third Sunday of Advent. If you remember, on our first Sunday of Advent, we talked about hope. And hope was what we had with our seed. We had an acorn seed, and hopefully you found your acorn seed in your gift bag and added it to your Advent wreath at home. Last week, we talked about peace. And we talked about how your home is a peaceful, safe place for you. And you added a little nest to your Advent wreath. That was kind of fun as well. Today you've got to find out what goes in the nest. And today is joy. That's always a great feeling, isn't it? Joy. And as we go through today, you'll see about the egg that we talked about in the video you saw, and you'll get to work on your own egg with Miss Leslie. Also, I just wanted to mention the Advent calendar that was in your gift bag. I was reading it and I noticed last Wednesday what you were supposed to do if you wanted to with your family was to list 5 things that could bring you joy. Wouldn't that be a fun thing? I would love to hear some of the things that you thought would bring you joy. And if you had a list, you could send that list to us, along with the Advent pictures that we were asking for you to send that you've made. That would be wonderful. So today, we're going to start again with Away in a Manger. Hi, I'm Miss Lynn, and even though I can't see you, I'm happy to be spending this time with you. I'm going to be reading from our children's Bible, from Psalm 84. Birds find nooks and crannies in your house. Sparrows and swallows make their nests there. They lay their eggs and raise their young, singing their songs in the place where we worship. God of the angel armies, King, God, how blessed they are to live and sing there. So we just heard how a tiny and fragile egg can be full of surprises. Christmas, waiting for it, preparing for it, can be like that too. Now we are going to read a story about a penguin, about surprises, and about the penguin's Christmas wish. As we read the story, try to find out what the penguin's Christmas wish is. I wonder if you think his Christmas wish will come true. I wonder how you think. Oh, we'll save that a little bit for later. All right, so the book we're going to read is Penguin's Christmas Wish, and it's by Selena Yoon. It was Christmas Eve, the night before Christmas.
Pumpkin was getting ready for the best holiday ever. I wish we had a real Christmas tree, Pumpkin sighed. You can see theirs is made of snow. Penguin knew there were no pine trees on the ice where they lived, but he had an idea. Penguin packed the sled for a long journey. Bootsy carried the ornaments, Pumpkin held the star, and Grandpa took the presents. Penguin led them away from their frozen home. Deep in the heart of the forest, a special friend was waiting. Pinecone, my, how you've grown. I'm so surprised. When I left you, you were just a pinecone on the ground, and now you're a full-grown pine tree. The penguins decorated Pinecone with all the trimmings. Now we're ready for Christmas. What a fine tree, said Grandpa. Wow. That night, the penguins dreamed of Christmas wishes. Grandpa was wishing for something useful. Pumpkin was wanting something to play with, and Bootsy was hoping she would get something crafty. Penguin wanted to share Christmas with the whole forest, but there wasn't anyone else around. While the penguins slept, a blizzard swept through the forest. The wind blew and blew. On Christmas morning, the penguins returned. Not a single decoration hung from the tree, and all the presents were gone. Even Pumpkin's star was missing. Christmas is not about decorations and presents, said Grandpa. It is about being with the ones you love. Don't worry, Pumpkin. And then Penguin set off into the snow. Penguin searched high and low. All he could find were branches and twigs. They were exactly what he needed. For the perfect presents for everyone. Knitting needles, said Bootsy, just what I wanted. Drumsticks, cried Pumpkin. I can't wait to play with them. Fishing rods, proclaimed Grandpa. I sure could use these. The penguins had a lovely day. Grandpa and Penguin caught Christmas dinner, but it wasn't turkey. Bootsy knit a trunk cozy, and Pumpkin drummed Christmas carols, rumpa-pum-pum. Everyone's Christmas wish had come true, except for Penguin's. I don't know if you remember what Penguin's Christmas wish was. Penguin wanted to share Christmas with the whole forest, but there wasn't anyone else around. Just then, the sun warmed the air and the snow began to melt. By nightfall, Penguin noticed something. Look! The storm had blown Pinecone's decorations onto every tree, and the magic of Christmas lit up the forest. Friends, both old and new, gathered from far and wide. Penguin's Christmas wish had come true. Now, I wonder how you think Penguin felt when his wish to share Christmas with the whole forest came true. I wonder if you think he felt joy. Joy can come from a wish or a hope that we have in our hearts, and if nurtured and cared for, like the egg in the nest or the pinecone on the ground, sometimes our hopes are realized or come true and bring us joy. But sometimes joy can come from unexpected or surprising places or people or things.
Today, I'm really excited about our body prayer for joy because they have us doing a lot of bubbly action and your fingers are bubbling like this. Can your fingers do that? Bubble, bubble, bubble? I hope so. So when it says joy, that's actually what joy is. Just like this in front of your heart, bubbly fingers. Okay? Then the other thing is, when it bubbles up in you, you're going to go like this and bubble that joy right up. And when it's growing, we're going to bubble like this as it's growing. So your fingers are getting a lot of work today. Okay, if you remember, you're going to echo right after me. Make sure you're not going to hit anything. That's a good thing. Here we go. O Holy One, may your joy sustain me. May your joy bubble up in me. May your joy grow in all creation. Amen.
Hi, I'm Miss Leslie. I'm back with your week 3 of Advent crafts for your Advent wreath. So a couple weeks ago we talked about making an Advent wreath, and this is the one that I put together with the materials that we collected on our nature walk. And last week I asked you to send us some pictures of the Advent wreath that you were able to put together, and we really appreciate the pictures that we got, but you can keep sending us lots of pictures, and you'll see them in some of the videos that we have. So last week, or the first week, we talked about hope and the waiting of Easter, or Christmas. And last week we talked about peace, and remember we made a little nest, a peaceful, safe place to put on our Advent wreath, and we made a little nest here in our Advent wreath. And this week we're talking about joy, happy bubbly things. And the craft this week is something that's kind of going to bring a lot of joy, and you will find it in your gift bag that most of you have. Again, if you haven't got one of these, just give us a call and we will get one out to you. And in it you will find the materials that you need to decorate the egg you'll need to put into your nest. So your egg is going to be one of 3 colors. It's going to be white, or purple, or Lent. So purple or blue, and purple and blue are the colors of Lent. And you have some nice stickers inside here to decorate your egg. Okay, so if you want to look at these stickers and decorate your egg and put it in your nest, send us a picture. And we will think about peaceful, safe places to be for this week.
So, the thing you need to remember is today, for the 3rd Sunday of Advent, we talked about joy, the anticipation of something very special, fragile, and precious in an egg, and you decorated your Christmas egg and put it in your nest. Don't forget while you're at home that you can color your Advent coloring book. Do your best coloring. You've got lots of crayons that were in your gift bags, and these were in your gift bags as well. As we close today and sing our closing song, Silent Night, I'm going to light our 1 candle for hope, our 1 candle for peace, and just like we have in the church Advent candle that you saw today, we're going to have our candle of joy. Let's sing Silent Night.